Okay, so I'm going to address something that a particular YouTuber or a group of YouTubers actually kind of seem to talk about a lot, or a group of people actually, I should say. Yo Video Games. One person in that group actually mentioned that a lot of console games seem to be aspiring to be 30 FPS. And to him, I have to say, what do you expect? The hardware in the PS4 and the Xbox One aren't exactly up to PC standards. It's not like the Xbox 360 and the PS3 where both of them were up to snuff with with gaming PCs at the time. Granted, later on, the Xbox 360 and PS3 showed, that they needed to be, the games needed to be dumbed down more later on, but still, at the time, it was up to par with at least gaming PCs at the time of their launch. Xbox One and PS4 are not. Despite the fact that they are essentially now watered down PCs, they are not. And that is very unfortunate. I also need to bring up the fact that, a lot of games, even if they do run at 60 FPS on PS4 and Xbox One, believe it or not, still get drops. Yep, that is correct. They still get drops because just recently I was playing a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and I've been noticing that game's frame rate has been dropping more as I played. I don't know what the deal is. I'm not sure if DirectX 12 update did something to it. I'm not sure. I've also been noticing some performance issues in some other games as well. I don't know if it's DirectX 12 related or not, but what I'm trying to say here is that, the hardware and maybe even the architecture could be an issue for some of these games. Halo 4, it was an Xbox 360 game, yes. It should be able to run on the Xbox One at 60 FPS, a good decent frame rate. Unfortunately, yes, it can run 60 FPS, but it's gonna drop a lot, and it's not exactly a consistent 60 FPS all the time. In some areas it is, where there's like barely any combat going on, but where there's heavy combat and stuff like that, or in areas that are very detailed, it's gonna drop. I've seen Digital Foundry footage of Halo 4 on the Xbox One, and it drops to 29 in some areas, and it remains at 29 consistently in some areas. On some occasions, 25. Granted, the game runs fairly well on the Xbox One, but still, it drops. And PS4 and the Xbox One, like, many have said, aren't exactly powerful enough to give that 60 FPS because of the fact that, the hardware isn't powerful enough. Now, if the developers lowered the graphical settings on some of these games, believe it or not, yeah, you get 60 FPS on pretty much every game. Unfortunately, they don't want to do that because, the term next gen is tied to the Xbox One and PS4, and because of the fact that that term is tied to the Xbox One and PS4, developers are going to push for better looking graphics over frame rate, and they're expecting people to be stupid and make them think that they are getting 60 FPS, or make them believe that cinematic experience is better than 60 FPS, when in reality it's not. It's just not. And I needed to really talk about this because a lot of people seem to think that the Xbox One and PS4 are like freaking powerhouses, and they should be able to do everything and whatnot. But the thing I have to mention is, said, and like some people have said, and PC enthusiasts have said, is that these consoles aren't exactly up to snuff with PC gaming rigs. They're just not. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video.